So, guys, if you haven't heard, everyone's favorite hag from The View, Sunny Hostin, well, her husband is facing a major lawsuit involving insurance fraud. And not only that, comments that Sunny Hostin herself have made live on her show may actually implicate her husband in this case. Let's get into this. Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. I appreciate you being here, whether this is the first time you have clicked on one of my videos or you are a returning supporter. Do me a couple favors, hit the thumbs up button, and also help me to grow this channel and hit that subscribe button now. And also turn on your notifications so that you never miss out on a conversation like the one we're about to have. All right, so I'm just going to get right into this because this is absolutely wild. So this bombshell report came out yesterday, and this is according to an article from the Daily Mail. As The View co-host Sunny Hostin, surgeon husband Emmanuel accused of insurance fraud in bombshell lawsuit. Longtime husband of The View co-host Sunny Hostin is starting the new year under a cloud after being accused of federal insurance fraud. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Emmanuel, or Manny, Hostin is among nearly 200 defendants named in one of the largest RICO cases ever filed in New York. He and many of the others are accused of getting kickbacks by performing surgery and fraudulently billing a company that insures taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. Going on, it says Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries, the lawsuit filed on December 17th claims. The insurance firm American Transit was then billed in exchange for kickbacks and or other compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions. Hostin's attorney, Daniel Thwaites, told dailymail.com his client denies each and every allegation and called the lawsuit a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit by a near bankrupt insurance carrier. Absolutely, he can deny all of this because innocent until proven guilty. However, Sunny's past comments on The View might not play well into the case, as she admitted that her husband allegedly seems to play the system.
Hold on, let Sunny get in here.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance, and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do. So there are a lot of problems with it.
Obviously, the idea that she's pushing here is that her husband was doing these things to benefit the underserved, as is the excuse for pretty much everybody on the left to get away with doing whatever they want to do, as long as they can claim that they're fighting for the underdog. And in this case, to take care of people who can't afford to be taken care of. However, this suit is suggesting that he and all 200 of these doctors who are being accused in this case have figured out how to work the system to their benefit by unnecessarily referring their patients to surgeons for procedures that they don't need so that they can get the kickback on the more costly treatment. Going back to the article, it further explains what this case is about. It says, in the suit filed in federal court in Brooklyn, Dr. Hostin, 54, is named as the owner of Hostin Orthopedics, working out of an 8th floor office in Lexington Avenue, close to Manhattan's Grand Central Terminal. American Transit claims rampant insurance fraud is endemic in New York State thanks to its no-fault law, under which insurers must pay up to $50,000 for medical expenses for people injured in road accidents. These substantial possible no-fault recoveries can incentivize providers with ill intent to overdiagnose, overtreat, and overbill to recover the most money for themselves, American Transit said in a statement. The law was introduced in 1974 in the wake of rapidly rising automobile insurance costs and when accident victims were experiencing long delays in compensation, American Transit says in the suit. But taxis and rideshare vehicles are now required to pay up to $200,000, 4 times the coverage for private drivers. This has put a target on the backs of livery vehicles and the insurance companies which insure them for unsavory persons seeking to capitalize on payouts following injuries. In the aggregate, those abusing the no-fault law have racked up hundreds of millions in fraudulent payments, destabilized the livery insurance market in New York City, increased premiums hardworking taxi, can, and livery drivers and harmed the public. American Transit is seeking more than $450 million in damages in this case. The insurance company claims Hostin was given an investment interest in Empire State Ambulatory Surgery Center in exchange for referring a steady stream of patients. Empire State ASC issued regular payments to or for the benefit of Hostin, which in fact were illegal kickbacks for referrals, the court papers claim. And they go on to provide examples of the type of fraud that was happening. It says, as examples, the insurance company claims Hostin, who is affiliated with several top New York hospitals, including Mount Sinai and Lenox Hill, saw 2 patients in January 2023 who were involved in low-impact collisions that should have caused no more than soft tissue injuries. But in both cases, Hostin is said to have performed arthroscopic surgery within 2 months without seeing if the patients would have recovered through more conservative care. Now, if that isn't bad enough, as this is the biggest RICO case in the history of New York, Sunny Hostin herself, based on her own words, might actually have to advise her husband to plead guilty, as her belief, again, based on her own words, is that he doesn't have a chance.
Let's take a look at some of the things that Hostin herself, a former federal prosecutor, has said specifically about racketeering charges. Whenever it came out about P. Diddy and that he was charged with racketeering, she was surprised he wasn't pleading guilty. As a matter of fact, she said that the first charges that jumped out to her were racketeering charges. She noted that what was most disturbing to her about the enterprise described in the documents was mob-like behavior. She then went on to say RICO cases, or racketeering cases, are not that common, but racketeering convictions are very common in the federal government. Federal prosecutors generally don't lose those kinds of cases. Uh-oh. She even said, I don't even have this as a triable case. If I were advising someone looking at something like this is a case that you plead guilty to and you take your chances.
And not only that, these are some more words that she has had regarding just insurance fraud cases in general.
In the criminal case, now the prosecutors are like, oh, really? Well, how about we add some additional fraud charges onto you? And they're talking about threatening him with insurance fraud, which I would say you could get about 20 years in prison. So that's a death sentence for him.
And you guys are going to have to let me know what you think of all that, and if you think her husband is going to get out of this with his hands clean. And obviously, again, innocent until proven guilty. But did you guys know that Sunny Hostin was a former federal prosecutor? Because I had no idea. I don't pay that much attention to her. But perhaps that information was shocking for me to find out, because she has literally the worst takes on pretty much every issue that her and the other hags of the View try to discuss and have their opinions pass off as having some level of intelligence, because they all fail miserably in that regard on a consistent basis. These are among some of the dumbest people on planet Earth. And you want to tell me that Sunny Hostin was someone who actually earned a law degree? I mean, this woman is constantly having to read legal notes because their show is already on the brink of being canceled, because their takes on current events, politics, and news are so bad that they could end up in legal trouble. And they say things that are so wrong on such a consistent basis that they are constantly being handed these notes from their producers to read after they've said something really stupid, to keep from being sued into oblivion and totally bankrupted.
I have a legal note. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations and has not been charged with any crime. Another legal note, Pete Hegseth's lawyer said he paid the woman in 2023 to head off the threat of a baseless lawsuit. He has denied any wrongdoing.
Call the show legal note from now on.
Oh, I have a legal note. RFK Jr. denies that he is anti-vax.
I have a legal note. A Trump aide said that the former president was not claiming that he was going to seek retribution against his political opponents, but attempting to make the point that a new precedent had been set. Eddie's doing this to me. Had been set by the Biden Department of Justice.
I think I have ever seen a show with so many live retractions. That's how dumb these women are, which is again why it's shocking to me that Sunny Hostin has a law degree. It just goes to show how non-prestigious some of these achievements really are sometimes. Secondly, these women have spent years railing against Trump for his supposed illegal activity. They constantly accuse him of cheating the system and working to enrich himself, yet As always, everything the Democrats accuse Trump of doing, every single thing, there are no exceptions, they are actually doing themselves, and usually 10 times worse. So when they come out with these accusations, it's not because they want to preserve justice or to preserve the integrity of our systems. It's because if they can paint the big bad orange man as the worst and most dangerous human being on planet Earth and pin all of these atrocious and illegal actions on him, that by the time it comes to light that they themselves are doing the exact same things, that their base won't care and they'll just actually make excuses for them. Lastly, can this show just be canceled already? Anyway, as I said, I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this in the comments below. Please, again, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really is more helpful than you know. Help me to grow this channel. I have a goal of reaching 25,000 subscribers and would love your help in getting there. If you would like to support my channel in other ways, there is a pinned comment below that says buy me a coffee. It's a $5 donation, and all of your generosity is truly appreciated, and it all goes toward helping me create content for you guys. Otherwise, keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one.